Black women and all women should date whoever they want to date. Time of my mom being single, I obviously met a lot of her boyfriends, and they were multiracial. She dated black guys, she dated white guys. So I think for me, it was something that I was taught that, I mean, all people are equal and everyone deserves love. I've personally dated outside of my race. I've dated black guys, I've dated white guys. And I don't think those aspects of them altered what went right or wrong in our relationships. I think whatever our disputes were happened to do with the type of person that I am and the type of person that he was as a person, not as a race.
Was it easier or harder dating interracially or not?
No, because I think everything is an education. I think, you know, the main thing is hair. I think, first of all, black men have a problem with learning these things as well. You know, like, you have to learn that, yeah, I have a beautiful wig on right now, but you're going to wake up with me with a bonnet, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think all these things are just an educational thing, whether it be race, whether it be men versus women, whether it be whatever it is, all these things just have to do with education.
Mm-hmm. Angelica, how do you think about interracial dating?
I agree that it's about the education, because I actually was engaged to be married to a white man, to an Italian man, and we were together for 8 years. And I have not been in a relationship since. I don't know if I would actually date outside my race again. There is only really one time that I'm against interracial dating, and that is when you're not allowed to bring your full self to the relationship. Because I was in the relationship where I did not challenge my white partner on his anti-blackness. And instead, I internalized the way he looked at the black community too. And so we both were in our gated community house thinking, this is what, you know, needs to happen and blah, blah, blah. When I realized that this man was not invested in the liberation of my community, nor in my black community, nor my LGBT community, but that I was passing. So that means that I'm either going to be with a black man who also has been educated about his anti-blackness and about his misogyny and all those things, or I'm going to be with someone who's not black, who understands that, or I'm going to be by my damn self.
I believe that you should date who feeds your soul. But who feeds my soul is a black man. And I'm going to tell you why. I feel like when I think about the trauma that black men have gone through, along with the trauma that a black woman has gone through, we're able to heal each other because we know each other's pain. We know our ancestors' pain. Black men need a black woman, and black women need a black man.
So here is why I think media is pushing the interracial black-white partnership so much. And bracing y'all right now, I am going to sound a little Dr. Umar-ish, but just hold on and bear with me, okay? I think the reason why we're seeing such a push for black-white interracial couples is not because love is love, because racism is over, but it is an attempt to continue on the white heritage and to diminish the black heritage. Now, keep in mind, I don't know how true this will end up being under this administration, because they are cutting everything, and Levy v. Virginia could be on the chopping block too. So just know that while this is what I think, it could very well turn out to not be that at all. But I'm thinking about it from the standpoint that in about 20 to 30 years, the white race in America will be the minority. And I think that is freaking the white folks out tremendously. They are panicking over the potential of the white race being lost and forgotten about. And I think they're trying to find now creative ways to ensure that the white race prevails. And I think one of the ways they found that out is through diluting the black race. If a black person and a white person get together and have a baby, that baby is not biracial. If that biracial child then also gets with a white person and has a baby, that baby has a high chance of coming out white. There is a high potential for them to be able to wipe out our black genes within like 2 generations, maybe 3 tops. And that's what I think it's about. I don't think this is a whole, oh, we're so diverse, look, we got a black person, white person. No, I think this is them trying to normalize us coming together and having kids. Not because love is love, not because we're fighting against racism, but because they are trying to stay in the game for as long as they possibly can. And if you want to get even more technical here, I tend to notice the interracial dynamic is a black man and a white woman, and I think that is for a reason too. Because typically speaking, when the woman is black, she's going to raise her kids immersed in Black culture and Black history. That typically is not the same when the Black person's the father. Let's just keep it a stack, keep it a bean. When the mother is white, they are going to raise those kids white. You see where I'm going with that? I think that this is all very intentional messaging and done for a reason. This for me is a strong reason why I personally will not be having no kids by no white man. I no. My Blackness means a lot to me, and it means a lot for my kids to look like me. Say, you take it how you want, you can call it selfish, but baby, having kids is selfish in and of itself. It is what it is. But I personally do not want to start the diluting of my race and who I have kids with. So if it ain't Black, baby, I ain't having no kids. And it is what it is.
You ever been with a white woman?
Never. Come on.
I'm just asking.
Dr. Umar will be disappointed.
I know. That's what
No, man.
You came in hot.
I'm just asking.
Listen, I love us, man, and I spent a lot of time studying Egyptian history. I got pictures of Marcus Garvey in my yard. I got pictures of Malcolm, Martin. You know what I mean? Things just represent us. You know, Black Jesus. I grew up seeing that. So, and then I was taught nationality. You know, as a child, my uncle did 30 years in the pen, and he would call me from the pen and randomly just blurt out little stuff while he had the phone time. You ain't Black. You a God, and hang up the phone. And at 7, I didn't know what that means.
At 7, that sound like from the Boondocks.
It sound like Kendrick Lamar.
You're at 7,
you a God even when they say you ain't.
Yeah, but now it's amazing how things manifest.
Yeah. Wait, okay, so not to go back to that, I'm sorry, but is the dating outside your race, is that off the table?
Off the table.
You just haven't done it?
Off the table. It won't happen.
Have you ever been attracted to anyone outside your race?
The closest, so I was with a woman that was a Creole. She was Black, and her mom was Creole. So if you looked at her, I'll never forget, I was working at a job and I had this sister that came to me, you heard me on lunch break, and she started going off on me. You know what I mean? She was like, I thought she was with us. You with this white woman. I was like, hold on. She Creole, but she
too.
Yeah. Right. That's why I was trying to explain to her, but she wasn't hearing that. You know what I mean? But no, she just didn't have as much melanin. But no, I love us for real. I'm all for preserving the Black family. In order for us to do that, we gotta be with us.
Do you have kids?
Do that.
No. How would you feel though, like if your son brought a white girl
on? I mean, I'm all for individualism, but I believe that if I do my job as a parent, it won't happen.
It won't happen.
No, it won't happen.
I know the red mega hats hate seeing you coming.
Oh yeah, no, but see the thing is, I don't even care about what they do though. Like when you
you pro us.
Yeah, when you so pro us, you don't even care. Like y'all do y'all thing, man. Hey, shout out to y'all. We on Black economics over here. We on Black music. We on Black health, Black wealth. You know what I'm saying? Black spirituality. So I don't even care what they do. Yeah. I don't know what's happening over there either. Yeah. You ask me anything about it, I don't know, because it's not affecting us for real. Yeah. Not when you build your own. Not when you do it independent. It don't affect us for real.
I never really understood why they were pushing interracial marriages and couples so hard on TV and in the media, until I see how after a couple of generations of interracial mixing, how the bloodline, that Black bloodline, eventually gets erased. And that's when it started to make sense, because you hear how the white population is actually on the decline, and now I understand why they're pushing it, whether it's a Black man with a non-Black woman or a Black woman with a non-Black man. If those two come together and they make a mixed child, a very light-skinned child, and that child ends up with a non-Black partner, then that Black lineage is on the decline, slowly declining. And if they keep doing it with the generation after that and the generation after that, eventually that Black lineage will be wiped out.
Black women and white men are the least likely interracial pairing, but seem to be the most likely to be on my timeline, particularly on TikTok. Now, I've been noticing this trend for quite some time now, and I'm going to break it down. I think it's actually hysterical. Black women and white men, you almost never see in real life. Okay, this is not a likely coupling. The most likely interracial couplings are Asian woman, white man, and black man, white woman. But yet, if you go by TikTok, I see nothing but black women with white men. I see the couples. I see the people shipping the old school couples. I see clips from Scandal. I see clips from Saved by the Bell back when Zach and Lisa Turtle were dating. And this is an agenda. It is an agenda to do multiple things. Number one, it's to completely discredit and eliminate black men. And number two, it is to damage relationships between black women and black men because they are pushing black women this propaganda that black men are not good enough for them and that some white man is just going to be waiting in the wings to treat them like a queen, which is absolutely not true. White men are not into black girls like that. At least not at that level. So y'all really need to watch the TikTok propaganda because the propaganda is crazy.
Is there something going on that I don't know about? Because never have I ever seen interracial relationships being promoted the way that they're being promoted now. That lets you know something isn't right. And hold your horses because I'm all for inclusion. But I'm mindful that the same people that are pushing this narrative are the same people that have gone out their way to make us feel excluded. And might I add that you guys did such a good job at excluding us that now that you guys are pushing this new narrative in the media, the billboards, the ads, the commercials, that it doesn't even sit right. So is there like something going on in the white community? Like what's going on? What is happening? I need somebody to answer. I need somebody to explain to me what is happening. What?
A lot of y'all like what you see when you date a black woman.
And she is absolutely right. I see a lot of interracial couples on here, and this is a testimony as well. Like I can attest to it. You know, I dated outside of my race, so she's 100% correct. And like I said, a lot of these interracial couples will not tell you like what be going on behind closed doors. Like, come mad day, see what happened to you, see what you're called, and see how you're treated. And that's besides the point. If you want to just talk about, okay, you want to take that out of context, even just like I say, like she said, it's a fetish thing, and they just like what they see, and they know it's gonna draw them attention, and it strokes their ego, and that's what it does a lot of time, and it gets them brownie points with the other races, so they fetishize black women, and yeah, a lot of weird, awkward things goes on in them interracial relationships, straight up. And I'm gonna even take it a step further and show you guys that. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I don't feel like tell you guys that the government has planned to do that as well. That's why now you see all these interracial couples where it's a black woman and a white husband, or a white woman and a black husband. Back here not too long ago, it was against the law to be interracially married. So tell me why now. Don't say, oh, the times are changing. No, anytime the government advertises something, it's an ulterior motive to it. And the ulterior motive is their race is dying out. They're dying faster than they're being born. And so that's what the government is doing to try to keep their race alive. I haven't even seen videos where this white woman was saying that she would choose a black man so she can keep her seed going because she knows that they're dying out at a high rate. And so, yeah, it's a breeding thing. Just like they did back on the plantation, they had the breeding farms, and the slave master would sleep with the female slave to increase his value, increase his property, which were they considered the slaves as property. He would increase his property by sleeping with the female slave and breeding more slaves. So it's another breeding purposes as well. And so, yeah, non-hate is just simply the truth. And, yep. I would never interracially date again. So, yeah.
Caucasian men value relationships and marriage more than black men. Let's talk about it. It's true. Caucasian men do care about marriage and relationships more. Caucasian women do too. So don't leave off that part. Don't use this as an opportunity to gas up Caucasian men and put down black men. If you want to put down black men, I need you to come on down there with them, because both of y'all get online and fix y'all black mouth to make it seem like marriage is just a piece of paper. Both of y'all get online talking about what's understood ain't got to be explained. Y'all love a good situationship. Y'all love a good waste your time. But then you online at your convenience trying to make it seem like one set of one race is better than the other in attempt to down your own people. We gonna keep this post very equal, because ain't neither one of y'all know better in this conversation. You got black men sitting up here who ain't got a pot to piss in. They ain't got $1 to their savings account. Ain't got no 401k, no IRA, no house, no nothing. And sitting up and talking about what they could lose in a divorce. You got black women sitting up and talking about what they don't need, how they don't care about no ring, right? But always somewhere arguing about the way somebody else's ring look. Always talking about somebody else's wedding dress. Always somewhere having an elaborate baby shower because she know ain't gonna be no wedding. Both black men and women who participate in the conversation and making it seem like having children is a less of an obligation than getting married. I don't talk to either one of y'all because both of y'all are a little slow. Right. And I don't have time to talk to somebody who's that intellectually dense, who would sit up and manipulate themselves into believing a lie. Marriage is the only thing in life that y'all want a 100% guarantee on, but you ain't got no 100% guarantee in anything else that you ever did in your life. You ain't got no 100% guarantee of your job. You ain't got no 100% guarantee that you get pregnant and you gonna have a healthy baby. You don't have no 100% guarantee of your loved ones not passing away. You don't have a 100% guarantee of anything in this life, and you think that saying that you don't want to get married because you can't guarantee that that's going to be successful. The only difference in the other races and us is that they willing to at least try. Even if they don't know if it's going to last, even if they get divorced in a year, they still willing to spend the money. They still willing to try. And if it don't work out, a lot of them are willing to try over and over again. They don't accept defeat. But y'all, you won't even try. Even in a real estate transaction, ain't nobody taking your word for it. They want you to sign a contract and put down earnest money to show that you're a serious buyer before they take their house off of the market. Imagine taking your house off of the market because somebody told you they want to buy it and you risk giving up all of the other potential buyers. That's how y'all look. That's how you look, giving up your body to a man who just set up and told you sweet nothings about how he want this family with you, how he love you, how he gonna do everything but get on that knee and ask you to marry him and walk down that aisle and say those vows before God. I don't care how much mental gymnastics both of y'all play with y'allself. Y'all men sitting up and convincing yourself that you got so much to lose. Y'all women sitting up and acting like you don't care about it, but you do. No matter how much you lie to yourself, you can't lie to other people because you can't make it make sense. You can't make it make sense that y'all are so okay with being somebody's baby mama and baby daddy, but in return, you don't want to date baby mamas and baby daddies. Y'all don't make sense, you backwards. And yes, other races value marriage or relationships more than you. And if you feel some kind of way about it, do something about it.